Hi, this is Harford County Sheriff Jeff Gahler. And, well, once again, the Maryland General Assembly is back at it. Once again, they're playing politics with public safety by introducing legislation this year, again, to outlaw the 287G program, an agreement that allows us in public safety to work with our federal partners to identify criminal illegal immigrants inside of our detention center. Thanks to Maryland public safety leaders working with some common sense leaders in Annapolis last year, along with your voices, our citizens, we were able to stop their attempt to kill the program last legislative session. But unfortunately, with Maryland and the new year and the new session, we get more pro-criminal legislation. And Arundel County Executive Steuart Pittman, who is also the chairman of the Maryland Democratic Party, recently released his latest newsletter right here and spoke about how his county made national news just 2 weeks ago when ICE agents conducting an enforcement operation fired on a vehicle whose driver was reportedly attempting to run them over. Well, Mr. Pittman, it seems we have found something that we can actually somewhat agree on. Enforcement operations conducted in the streets is not the safest way to conduct investigative illegal immigration removal operations. Hell, this was one of our main points in arguing against last year's efforts to kill the program. And I want to thank Mr. Pittman for making our point for keeping these agreements in place, even if most likely he didn't realize that was what he was actually doing. However, if the General Assembly has their way this year, that will be the only way investigative removal operations will happen in Maryland. Instead of a safe transfer in a custodial setting, Immigration and Customs Enforcement will have no other choice other than performing their lawful duties in your neighborhoods. Yes, indeed, the 287G jail model is exactly the solution to Mr. Pittman's concern. And guess what? Up until he took office in Anne Arundel County 7 years ago, they had a 287G program and were doing just that. Safely identifying and removing criminal illegal immigrants in a secure jail environment. It takes place inside the walls of our jail. It ensures that when a criminal illegal immigrant is already in our custody for a state or local crime, we identify them then and there. And when deportation actions are initiated by ICE, it allows for a seamless handoff to federal authorities in a safe and secure environment, preventing them from being released back into your neighborhoods and to find new victims. If this legislature does remove our ability to run this important public safety partnership, I would ask you to remember who it was that waved the flag in defense of criminal offenders once again, and also who invited more, not less, immigration enforcement into your community. Next week begins the legislative session. Let's keep an eye on this and other insane legislation that's coming our way.